very exciting because I had been doing all this legislative work without having discussion with the farmers and producers and researchers.
Recently, Virginia Senator Tim Kaine got a chance to speak with legislators, farmers, and university researchers regarding the hemp crop. Senator Kaine is currently on a tour of Shenandoah Valley, and one of his stops was to check out a hemp crop in Port Republic. Kaine was instrumental in passing the Farm Bill into law, which allows hemp to be grown in the state.
We started off with allowing limited hemp production in tandem with university research. That was done. Now we've delisted hemp. It's not a prohibited crop. It can be grown just like any other crop. That was part of the Farm Bill last year. And just recently, Senator Warner and I have encouraged the Department of Agriculture to make sure that as they're working on crop insurance, that they include industrial hemp as an insured product.
River Hill Farm in Port Republic hosted field day for the senator's visit.
This is our 4th year in the hemp growing project.
Glenn Rhodes is a partner of River Hill Farms.
Initially, growing hemp here in Virginia was a research proposition. We had to be doing research. Recently, the laws have changed and we're now allowed to grow it commercially. So we're looking for markets and opportunity to sell this commercially.
Rhodes says the field day event gave him an opportunity to share his concerns with Senator Kaine.
We would like Senator Kaine to know that this is going to be a viable industry and that we need support from legislators to get the laws in place that will make this possible.
Kaine says he had a few objectives for his tour stop.
What I wanted to do in talking to our producers here in the Valley is well, what are the next steps? And so what we heard was the Department of Ag regs after the Farm Bill still aren't out. Hopefully they'll be commonsensical. The FDA needs to do regs about what can be said about CBD oil. Right now, CBD oil is being sold, but the ability to market it and tell people what it does is questionable. FDA needs to work on that.
The senator says he would like to see more research and marketing funds to promote hemp being grown in Virginia.
In particular, a real opportunity to hold out Virginia as a center of expertise. We were the center of the American hemp industry way back in the day. We've got at least 4 universities, JMU, Virginia Tech, Virginia State, and UVA doing major research right now. So we ought to be promoting this as a crop which can both be great for our farmers, but it has health and commercial benefits, and why wouldn't Virginia want to be at the lead of a new industry?
Michael Renfro is a James Madison University biology professor. Professor Renfro says since the legalization of hemp, he has noticed more Virginia farmers wanting to grow hemp crops for fiber, seed, and CBD production.
CBD is a compound that has physiological effects. It's not like THC that would get you high, but CBDs do have effects. There's a lot of anecdotal information about it being used for pain relief and relief of different symptoms. Of course, we're still in the early stages of doing actual clinical medical research to find out what the benefits are. But like many of the plants related to this, there are chemical compounds in industrial hemp that will prove, I'm sure, to have medicinal benefits.
The JMU professor says researchers at the university have been working with hemp for more than 4 years.
JMU sort of has pioneered work in field production of hemp compared to other universities. And we're at the point now where we're also looking at some of the potential commercial products. We've processed hemp oil into hemp soaps, and we're also producing animal feed pellets from the industrial hemp now.
He added JMU was the first to do field production of industrial hemp.
We wanted to answer the question, how can you plant and harvest hemp at a commercial scale? And so we were able to partner with local farmers and use their equipment and their land and conduct that research.
The professor says hemp is a great long and strong fiber crop. It doesn't require a lot of chemical input and treatments such as pesticides and not much fertilizer.
Has a great yield and is able to produce more fiber per acre than many of the alternative crops. And in addition to that, you can get a great seed from it that has a very nutritious oil. And the oil can be used for human products, everything from cosmetics to feed to industrial plastic manufacturing, so it's a good alternative to fossil fuels for oil products.
I have a shirt I really like that's a hemp shirt, that's a Patagonia shirt. I really like it, and it struck me that that shirt could be made in the U.S. and it can be worn in the U.S., but the product could not be grown in the U.S., and so that just struck me as odd. So I got on board with the notion of legalization first, in tandem with universities. And then second, last year I worked closely with Senator McConnell and others on the hemp production provision in the Farm Bill. Actually, Mark Warner also was really involved in this.
Industrial hemp, the scientific name for it is cannabis sativa, so it is related to marijuana. And when marijuana was outlawed, which used to be in the an accepted medical product, when that became outlawed because they outlawed it as cannabis sativa, that also outlawed industrial hemp, even though hemp is very different from marijuana in that to qualify as industrial hemp, it has to have less than 0.3% THC. So industrial hemp will not get you high, but because of the way the law was written, hemp got accidentally included along with the ban on marijuana. So fortunately, through recent legislation, we've been able to correct that oversight and separate out hemp from marijuana.
Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.